Hey, Carly. It's been a while, huh? There's actually something important that I need to talk to you about. Are you free to talk for a little while, or are you busy? Hi, Amanda. It really has been a while. I'm on break at work right now, so I have some time to talk. Do you want me to call you? No, that's okay. I prefer texting over talking on the phone. Talking on the phone is awkward for me. That's okay then. What did you want to talk about that's so important? I haven't heard from you in a really long time. I wanted to confirm something with you that I heard a little while ago. Did you and Jimmy end up having a baby? I mean, it's about time you did, right? You've been married for over 5 years now. Yes, we have been married for some time now, but we haven't had a baby yet. Trust me, we have had many conversations about having a baby in the time that we've been married. It's just that we don't have the time or energy to take care of one right now. We still haven't decided if we should have one yet. It's a lot of work. Jeez, you guys haven't changed at all. You guys are still as busy as ever. All you guys ever do is work and work. Can't you take a break from work and have a baby? Don't you guys have enough money saved up by now? You should start thinking about this because pretty soon you will be too old to have kids. There's just too much going on for us right now. Is that what you wanted to talk to me about, or is there something else? Oh yeah! I wanted to tell you that I'm pregnant. Huh? What? You're pregnant? Hold on a second, but you're not even married, right? No, I'm not married. Does that really matter? Are you with someone, or do you plan on having a baby while you're single? I might have someone. So you have a boyfriend or perhaps a fiancé? I do have a boyfriend, but there's a slight problem. I have 5 boyfriends and have slept with all of them around the same time. I'm not really sure who this baby belongs to. Was that autocorrect, or do you actually have 5 boyfriends? I'm being serious. I'm kind of alone on this right now, and going through pregnancy alone is really tough. So I was planning on coming home. So you plan on staying with your parents? No, I actually had something else in mind. What were you thinking then? Do you have a friend you can live with for a while? Did you ask them yet? What did they say? Well, I actually did ask them, and they won't let me. I was actually hoping if I could stay with you. You live close to my parents' house, too. I thought it would be better to live at your place instead of burdening my parents with all of this. You would be able to help me better than they can anyway. I was hoping that if I contacted you again, you would help me out since you are my sister-in-law, you know? You want to live with me? Jimmy and I both work all day, and we don't even have a house of our own yet. We don't have time or room for another person to be living with us. See? That's why you can't have a baby. That's beside the point. You're going to have a baby all on your own. What do you plan on doing? Do you have a job? What do you do for work? I did have a job, but I recently quit. You quit your job? You're joking, right? How do you plan on living with a baby then? I have to quit. The morning sickness has been so intense and I kept having to miss work anyway, and it's not like I made a lot of money either. So I just thought it would be best to quit and look for help. You're already having that much morning sickness? By the way, how far into your pregnancy are you? I'm about 7 months in. What? 7 months already? And you didn't tell anyone about this until now? Anyway, I plan on coming home because I need some help. You'll help me, right? Wait, this is all too sudden. My mom and dad were really happy to hear the news. I thought you would at least be happy and able to understand my situation if you were once in the same situation as me. But even after all of this time, you haven't had a baby yet. I thought you would be able to give me some tips and advice on pregnancy, but I guess I was wrong to assume. As I said, We've talked about having a baby before, and we have our own reasons for not having one right now. Jeez. And in the end, you failed to convince me of a real reason why you both are choosing to not have a baby. You could easily take a break from work, but I'm going to be due soon, so you can help me, right? I'm sure I can rely on you. You're my sister-in-law, after all. You don't really have a good reason to not help me. I plan on moving in with you at the beginning of next month on Friday. Plus, I'm sure Jimmy would want to help me out too. Jimmy and I both work full-time. The last thing we want to do when we get home from a long day of work is to work even more and help you through pregnancy. Just moving in with us isn't as easy as you think it is. We have lives of our own. What's with your response? So mean. Well, actually, there's something else that you need to know about. We are actually living with your parents. You guys are all living together? How come I never heard of this until now? I thought you guys just lived close to my parents, not with them. Due to certain financial reasons, we are temporarily living with them. So you guys are just clinging to my parents for extra money? Also, their house is pretty small too. How come I couldn't just keep living with my parents? Life would have been so much easier for me. Ugh. And I've been out here living alone this whole time. It wasn't as easy as you think. There were a lot of negotiations, and we don't live with them completely for free, although it is still cheaper for us this way. It's going to help us save up for our own place in the future. That's why we are both working so hard. No! This is no good. What about me? I have to be out of my apartment by the end of this month. That's why I was saying things are a bit more difficult than you think right now. I have 1 week left until they kick me out. I have no choice but to move in with you guys. You are being so selfish. At least let me stay with you guys in the same room. You can share the space, right? I can't do that right now. You are being so mean. I'm telling my mom about this.
Carly, you heard the news about Amanda, right? The poor girl is pregnant and she wants to come home.
Yes, I know. I was messaging her just a little while ago. She plans on raising her baby alone.
She's not alone, and she won't be raising her baby alone. She has you, and you should be a good sister-in-law and help her raise her baby.
But wouldn't there be too many people in the house if we let her come home?
Yes, but we have to do this for her. She's pregnant, after all. It's not like you have a baby of your own yet, so you should have the time to help her. I've always wanted a grandchild, and with her having a baby, I'll finally get what I want. So, with that said, please look after her.
Why should I have to be the one to look after her? This was her decision to get pregnant all on her own and have a baby.
She will be fine to live with us. She's my daughter, after all. And I took you and James in.
I just don't think this is a good idea. What about living expenses? She doesn't even have a job. Are we expected to pay for everything for her, too? And the house is so small.
You guys are the ones who moved into her old room. That room will be good for her and her baby to stay in, too. You guys can make some room.
It wasn't just her room. It was Jimmy's room, too. They shared a room growing up. Anyway, this room can only fit one full-size bed in it. There's barely any room to walk around in here. I think it would be better if she stayed in your room. You have the master bedroom. It is sort of strange for a brother and sister to share a room at this age, especially with her brother's wife. We need our privacy. Your room could easily fit another bed in it. I just think that would be more reasonable. You're also her parents and can help her more with the baby. You guys have experience and could help better than I can.
You are living in my house, aren't you? I don't want her in my room. I may have experience, but you helping her will teach you how to have your own baby one day. Plus, you get up super early for work. During that time, you can help her. You also go to bed pretty late after getting home from work. You have plenty of time to help her. I, on the other hand, need to worry about taking care of myself. I'm getting old. You can also give her your bed. We have a small twin-sized blow-up air mattress in the garage. You and Jimmy can use that to sleep on next to the bed.
When I wake up early for work, I'm focused on getting myself ready in the morning. I have to shower and make myself breakfast. I also get home late most of the time from work, and I'm really tired. Sometimes I go straight to bed without eating dinner. Work takes up all the time that I have, and I barely have time to take care of myself. How am I supposed to take care of a whole other person and their baby? Jimmy and I need privacy, and we need our sleep. Having a crying baby all night isn't something we can handle right now.
You can say that all you want, but your room is the only place you can stay. It just can't be helped. I think you'll be fine.
Is there really no one else that she can stay with? Why does this all of a sudden have to be my responsibility?
Because everyone else is busy and I'm not going to ask. She's already getting ready to move in with us. That's the plan. She has family, so be good to her, okay? You are the baby's aunt, too.
Yes, but I was not expecting to take care of a baby so suddenly. You have so much more knowledge and experience with all of this.
True, but you are young and have the energy to do this. I also can't let the rest of the family know about her pregnancy right now.
Just because I'm young doesn't mean I have infinite energy. I get stressed and tired too. Plus, why does this need to be a secret? You guys wanted to be grandparents so desperately, and you were happy to hear about her pregnancy.
Why do you have to be so difficult to deal with? Just do as I say.
Because her having a baby shouldn't be my burden. I've been working so hard lately as it is. And you were the one who told her the lie that we lived separately. Because of that, she thought she could just move in with either one of us. Now we are stuck in this situation.
Listen, I wanted her to stay independent. That's why I said that. You know she has been a bit of a troublemaker. But she needs help now, so we have no choice.
You do realize how problematic this situation is, right? If we let her move in, it will be you, me, Jimmy, Mitch, and now Amanda and her newborn baby, all trying to all fit into a small 2-bedroom house. Please think about this for a second. It is going to be nothing but chaos every day.
Then why don't you quit your job and help out more? Who knows? Maybe you will finally realize that you want to have a baby too. I think this will be good for you.
Quit my job? If I wanted my own baby, I would have made that decision on my own.
You have no choice. You must help her.
What are you saying?
At least Amanda has her priorities straight. She is giving me what I've always wanted, while all you've cared about is work and money. She is the ideal child in my eyes. I can't wait until I get to see my grandbaby. So at least do something worthwhile and help her. And take some notes, too. You'll need it if you ever decide to have a baby. Anyway, I'm counting on you.
Hold on a second. I still need to talk to you about this financially. Do you expect me to pay for all the baby stuff, too? Hello? I can't believe I've been living with you guys for a month now. Time really does fly by fast. I still don't get how you don't have a baby of your own. It's weird to me.
What's with the criticism all of a sudden?
At the end of the day, it was me who was able to fulfill my parents' wishes to give them a grandchild. Why couldn't you have just quit your job and taken some time to have a baby of your own? And now I'm entrusting you with my baby, despite you having no experience at all. But overall, you should be thanking me for having a baby, because if you never end up having one, at least I bore the burden for you.
You think that I should be thanking you? Is it really a crime for me to choose working for a better future over having a baby right now?
Yes. Anyway, once this conversation is over, find a place for your stuff, okay? Take it elsewhere.
Wait, what did you just say? What do you mean?
I contacted an ex-boyfriend of mine since he works for a moving business. He let me borrow one of his moving trucks. I'm moving all of your and Jimmy's stuff into a rental storage shed nearby.
So our stuff isn't in the house anymore? Did you really go out of your way and do that work all by yourself? Did you ask your parents if doing that was okay?
You need to find somewhere else to put all of your stuff. It was all in the way. Mom and Dad allowed me to move your stuff. They agreed that it was all in the way. I was only thinking about the safety of my baby. Your stuff was cluttered everywhere. What if I tripped and fell and hurt the baby? My mom agreed with me that you are nothing but a nuisance right now. You are a parasite in the way of us having a baby. With your earnings, you can easily find an apartment elsewhere.
Understood. Good luck.
Bye-bye! So, are you and Jimmy living on the streets? Or are you able to actually find a place to stay? I'm living the best life right now. Mom and Dad are spoiling me since I'm about to have their grandbaby. They are giving me all of the money and support that I need right now. It sucks being out there living to support yourself on your own, doesn't it?
Oh, good. They are taking care of everything for you? Then I can focus on my own life now. I can also go ahead and sell the house.
Huh? What do you mean? What house is there to sell? If you're talking about my mom and dad's house, then that's impossible. They raised me in that house since I was a baby.
Why would it be impossible? Jimmy owns that house after all.
I don't get it.
You keep praising your parents for being so good. But you never really asked about anything, have you? I guess they never told you anything that happened while you were out of the picture doing your own thing for a while.
Wait, what do you mean by all of this? Don't be mysterious. Just say whatever it is you're trying to say.
It all started a year after we got married. Your parents asked us to live with them to help out for financial reasons.
So, you guys were living with my mom and dad because they asked you to help them?
Yes. Your dad was falling behind on his mortgage, and if we didn't help him, he was going to lose the house. It is the same situation with his car, too. Your parents were really far into debt, and the interest kept building up. They came to us for help to avoid homelessness.
Dad?
Back then, did your dad not tell you that part of the reason why he couldn't pay off the loans was because he got fired from his job?
What? He never said anything about this.
Well, that's what happened. In fact, he has been working a part-time job, but it doesn't pay him well enough at all. Eventually, your dad kept borrowing money to help support you, your mom, and your brother. As you can see, living off of loans isn't the right way to go. Your dad was at a loss for what to do. That's why he asked us to help. He had no one else to turn to. I guess he just didn't have the heart to tell you about this.
I can't believe he never said anything to me. He was fired and in debt? Then why did they agree with me on the fact that you two were the parasites living off of them? Is it really the other way around?
By the way, you shouldn't be calling anyone a parasite. I wouldn't call your parents that either. But at least now you know the whole story. Due to your parents struggling financially, Jimmy and I are working hard to help them. That's why we were living with them and why you didn't know about it. Oh, and there's something else about your dad that you should know.
What else could there possibly be?
He has a horrible gambling addiction. Your mom also goes on spontaneous shopping sprees when she knows she can't afford to do that. If we didn't move in with them when we did, your parents would have either been homeless or so far in debt that they could have gone to prison. That's why Jimmy and I took over the house.
So the reason why you two work so hard and can't start a family is because of my parents?
Yes. It was a huge financial burden. That's why when you suddenly came back pregnant so suddenly, Jimmy and I knew we couldn't help support all of that too. And now you and your parents are acting out after using us for money and security. Do you see how that looks? It has been so hard to keep up with their debt and spending habits. It really set us back on a lot of things.
This can't be.
But I'm glad you pushed us out of the situation and that you guys have it under control now. It was so hard living with your parents, but now that we are moving out, the burden is no longer ours.
Mom and Dad can't really be like this. Why?
And since that house is under Jimmy's name and we both worked hard to get your parents out of debt and pay for the house, we can do what we want with it. So we can finally start getting our own lives back now. To do so, we have to sell that house to get some of our money back.
But if you guys do that, then where the hell am I supposed to live? Where will I go?
That's not my problem.
But obviously, Mom and Dad can't help me.
Well, if no one else can help you, then why don't you try to help yourself for once? There are loans you can apply for. But that's something you have to do on your own. I can't help you with that. I have my own money to worry about now. I also think it's best if you stay away from your other relatives about this problem, too.
Huh? Why?
Because your dad borrowed a lot of money from them, too. He never paid them back, either. He gambled it all away.
Why would my dad do that? No wonder why he doesn't talk to anyone in the family anymore. They all probably can't stand him.
If only your dad wasn't so stubborn and just apologized to his family, then I'm sure he would be forgiven. But he hasn't done that and kept asking them for money over the years. And now I'm being treated poorly by your parents and being kicked out after everything we've done to help them. No wonder why your parents were on your side to kick us out. They needed a reason to get rid of us because they knew they could never pay us back. I'm sure your dad feels happy about it.
Are my mom and dad really that bad?
Pretty much. It seems like they just feed off of other people. Your dad has told me multiple times that our generation makes money easily and that we have the power and energy to earn as much as we want. He uses being old as an excuse for not having money of his own. In the time I've lived with him, he swears by this. Have you not heard him say this before?
I have heard him say that before. But I thought he was joking.
Your mom, on the other hand, has never worked a day in her life despite her spending habits. I've seen it myself. She claims to be busy, but she's watching TV 24/7. She tells me that she deserves it after all the years of raising children. Your parents really have used me a lot. They have no sense of right and wrong and take what they can get from others.
But this whole time, my mom and dad told me that everything was theirs. They made it seem like you two needed help, not them. Not only that, she complained about you doing nothing but working all of the time. She made it seem like you were such a nuisance in life. And she said you were such a messy person. She said that you couldn't cook or clean.
It seems like she likes to feel like she's in charge and the bigger person when talking to you. But now you know that none of what she says is true. Your mom is the one who's messy. I'm the one always cleaning up after her and doing her laundry. Both Jimmy and I take turns to help keep the house clean.
How can my mom be like that? Why is she acting like a child?
Luckily, you have great timing. We needed to get out of there. All I did was run around in circles trying to cook, clean, work, not to mention dealing with your parents' attitude. But now you can take over. This can be your gift to us. You can take my place there all you want. It was hell.
My mom doesn't cook either?
No, I always did. She can't even take care of herself.
Please tell me there's no more to this. I'm about to have a baby and I was relying on her and my dad.
I'm actually glad you came back home. Thanks to you, Jimmy and I can have our lives back. You were the realization I needed. You're going to have a baby and parents to take care of. Oh, don't forget to make your mom a cup of coffee first thing in the morning or she will be upset with you all day. And make sure you make your dad breakfast. You have to take care of them just as well as we did. So, please look into loans if you don't have time to work with the baby around.
So my parents and I are left with no money and they can't even take care of themselves. What am I supposed to do?
As I said before, that's not for me to think about. You need to just do your best and figure things out for the sake of your baby and parents.
But I can't! This is impossible! Help me!
We can't help you. You've already kicked us out anyway. All we can do is say thank you for doing that for us.
I need you both to please come back. I can convince my mom and dad to let you both have the master bedroom. I'll sleep in the living room, and they can have my old room. We can make this work. Let's live happily together, okay? Please, come back!
Are you sure you want us to come back? Our stuff will be all in the way, and we are nothing but parasites, remember? After all of the hard work you did to get us out, you want us to come back? Sorry, but after everything, that's not going to happen. We have already decided to sell the house.
But why would you do that? Just please come back. I'll do anything to help you guys after my pregnancy. I need your help more than anything in the world right now.
You should have thought of that sooner. Having a baby is your responsibility, not anyone else's. We shouldn't have to feel obligated to help you after how you've treated us. Especially after how you criticized me for choosing to be a responsible person and work rather than just having a baby of my own. This is the life you chose. You need to work hard and learn how to be strong and independent for your baby. Leave your parents if you have to. That's my advice.
But it is so hard to do that. It's impossible. I'm so pregnant and I'm going to give birth soon. How am I supposed to do anything? I also just learned about all of these family secrets that were kept from me all this time.
Do your best for the sake of your baby. It is not good to give up and do nothing. Your baby's happiness and well-being all depend on you. Anyway, that's all I can really say to you. Good luck.
But, wait! Please, don't just leave me like this. I need you! Please save me!
Just as promised, we ended up selling the house in order to fund our escape and get our own lives back on track. I think we deserved it after all of our hard work. Amanda and her parents were able to find a cheap one-bedroom apartment for themselves and the baby. After giving birth, Amanda's parents didn't last very long. They eventually ran away from the situation and left Amanda alone. Amanda had a change of heart and decided that she wants to live a good life and provide for her baby, unlike her own parents. Her parents took out another loan to buy another place to live. It seems like they are never going to learn from their mistakes. My husband's parents are truly awful. I never understood why we decided to help them in the first place. At least it seems like Amanda and her baby will be okay. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.